Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our new episode with Shamika Goon. Shamika Goon is our nutritionist, kinesiologist, and therapist. And welcome, Shamika.
Hi, Kamran. Thank you
Hi.
for me again. And yeah, thanks for. I think today we're gonna have a fantastic topic as we discussed
Oh,
before.
yes, yes.
Thank you
Today,
so much.
yeah, there will be a lot of information today. So today, Shamika suggested that we should talk about the gestational diabetes, pregnancy diabetes, diabetes which occurs in pregnancy. So this is a very great topic, and it will help a lot of people to understand what is gestational diabetes, why it occurs, what are the things that we can do to overcome it or just to help. And we will get some information from Shamika. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for inviting me, Kamran. Thank you. Thank you
So,
for doing this.
so Shamika, what is gestational diabetes?
Okay, so diabetes, if you know about diabetes, Kamran,
Yeah,
diabetes is something that we know a lot. People know think that
yeah,
okay, this is something that body cannot process the sugar.
yes,
Sometimes people think it might be people who consumes too much sugar,
yes,
they have diabetes. So there are type 1 and type 2. There are these two types of diabetes.
yes,
And type 1 basically it starts from very early age for children. And it kinds of stay for a long time. Sometimes it's called lifelong situation. Type 2 is that comes later on in the life. Basically, after 35, people starts to having this risk of having diabetes, and the more age comes, the risk of having diabetes increases.
yeah,
And so that comes, and that kind of they say it permanence for rest of the life unless you do something about it.
right,
Gestational diabetes is only coming for the pregnant mother for a
right,
certain amount of pregnancy. So it comes either in the second trimester or the third trimester of the pregnancy. That means second trimester. So pregnancy having three trimester means three different episode, and first part, second part, third part. So second part is crucial where doctors normally check nowadays, like they check because it's so common now for mothers to have pregnancy diabetes. So doctors check it, and normally now one in say there are one in every 20 pregnancies, one mother, one baby would have to go through this process, means gestational diabetes, which is huge. So this gestational diabetes comes like during the pregnancy, and normally it ends when the pregnancy ends. When the baby is born, the that gestational diabetes is finished. But some extreme cases, rare cases, that diabetes lasts for the mother. So the what I was trying to say that this diabetes can be very risky for mother and the baby in the
okay.
womb. So this is gestational diabetes, yeah.
Okay, so what is the risk? Like, what are the risk when they develop gestational diabetes during pregnancy? What is the risk to the mother, and what is the risk to the uh, child who is about to be born?
So the baby, so you know that the biggest thing, what is diabetes? As I explained, that people think is the sugar. So the sugar, when the diabetes is happening, there are a lot of reasons. But as you said, what are the risks? So the symptoms and the reasons and the risk are all together.
Okay.
So not every mother is getting the diabetes during the pregnancy.
Yes.
Sometimes those mother gets it like during the pregnancy. Lots of hormonal changes happens in the body, to keep
Yes.
the baby. First thing to produce the baby, second thing to keep the baby safe inside mother's womb. And those hormones somehow clashes with the insulin hormone. A
Right.
lot of cases, in a lot of moms cases. So that means it stops the resist, it just kind of resists the insulin production, or it kind of inactivate the insulin in the body. And what is insulin? Insulin is the hormone, it's another hormone. When we eat something sugary, something starchy, something sweet, that process the whole thing, sugar, and then it takes this sugar from the body, from the blood, and put it inside the cells. So
Yes.
then blood will be sugar free.
Yeah.
Our body will have the whole normal pH balance and everything, and that's the normal our body should be looking like now. So when this is affecting, and there is already, well, first thing is the insulin is not there, not effective that much. That could be one reason, but there could be other things. It could be food habit, because that time a lot of moms craves to have a
Yeah.
lot of sugary food. Doctors suggest a lot of bananas, a lot of mangoes. Where they don't understand that the banana, even though it's naturally fruit, but it has a lot of sugar in it. So how can body will process it? So, and mom eats a lot of sugary food like that. So that is, you're giving extra thing to your body, extra sugar to your body. Also, there is now not only one, there are two people. One baby is growing, that the baby needs insulin as well. The baby needs extra support
Yes.
where already the insulin is not there. So there's a high risk.
Yeah.
And also the thing is that because during the pregnancy, our physical activity reduce hugely, especially the first trimester. There like a risk of baby to miscarry. So there are a lot of taboos there, and moms normally they're very careful. They don't really move much. They don't do any exercise. They just try to be as doing as
Cautious.
this movement. Yeah.
Yeah.
So these all affects now. How is, why is risk for the mother, and why is risk for the baby? The
Hmm.
first thing is this if this sugar is a killer for the baby, so it's
Hmm.
creating the babies, because babies get, if the sugar is high in the blood, baby is getting it straight away, and then the baby is growing bigger. The more the baby is growing bigger, the much risk is for the mother and the baby,
Yes.
so because if you think the womb is a very small place, and
Right.
then the baby, we expect a baby would be after that night, that the whole trimester, a baby would be say 3.5 kg, 7.5 pounds, something like that, 7 to 7.5 pounds, hardly 8 pounds or hardly 4 kg.
Yeah.
But if a baby is going to now over 4 kg, over 4, like 5 kg, it's impossible for the mother to, stay as in a harmonious body.
Yes.
And also, it's very tough for the baby to survive in that environment. So there's a huge risk for stillbirth, which is baby can die in the
Okay.
womb. There is a huge risk for this baby not to have a, normally that when somebody is having a like gestational diabetes, it's very rare that they're having a normal birth. They go for a cesarean, because the baby has to induce now, I mean, they have to artificially, the baby has to be born by 38 weeks, because after that it goes so big, and then like nobody can handle it. So
Further complications. Yeah.
for the complex. And also that is in the womb, but when the baby is now born, during the birth, baby's blood sugar can go very high, like during the delivery time. And then when the baby is born, now, there's no sugar. So the baby gets severe reactions and severe effects as well. So from there, baby, we call this baby, a lot of babies, they are having a learning disability, they are having cerebral issue, they are having a lot of mental health issue, they are having a lot of other health issues. Yeah. Because, and there are also physical health issues, baby can have jaundice after that. So a lot of
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is not a good thing for baby and mother. Both are at high risk.
So
Yeah.
what are the symptoms of a gestational diabetes?
So just is the similar thing like is very that's a good question. The thing is the symptom is there, but it's impossible to find out. The reason
Yes.
is uh,
Okay.
the diabetes symptom and the pregnancy symptom are actually the same. It's very
Okay.
simple because when when people having diabetes, they feel lethargic.
Yeah.
Yeah, a pregnant mother will feel lethargic.
Exactly. Yeah.
Super thirsty,
Yes.
diabetes. A pregnant mother would feel thirsty, super thirsty. They lose weight. A pregnant mother, normally they lose weight, but their tummy gets, depending on the food, how much they can eat, how much they can't eat. So there is like what else? So they do fatigue, did I say? So all these things which they urinate a lot normally
Yes. Yes.
when the beginning of the diabetes, and pregnant mother will urinate a lot. They go to the toilet frequently. So it's very difficult without a blood test, which is done by the doctors
Oh,
and
yes.
in the very in the actually now in the all over the world it is under it takes a very good care of that is this mother having gestational diabetes. Now this is now every single doctor checks on it. However, the Western world is much better. They throughout the whole journey they help the mother,
Yeah.
to find out.
How do they diagnose it? What are the diagnoses? How?
Diagnosis, normally they do it to the blood test, the
Right.
urine test, blood test, yeah, fasting blood test, non-fasting blood test.
Right.
They do it the urine, and then in some cases they do blood test as well, but it's
Right.
normal urine test and blood test both. Yeah.
Okay. So, can this gestational diabetes can be managed by diet or by nutrition? So this will be like you are expert in nutrition. So
Uh, the thing
is
is,
it?
any diabetes would be managed by the diet. So, thank you for asking the question. Yes, diabetes because one things need to understand now. Any chronic condition,
Yes,
again, any chronic condition has to be done by, controlled by nutrition and food and diet and lifestyle. There's no other
100,
way. So
100%.
diabetes is a chronic condition. Now, coming to gestational diabetes, is a small term things. It comes and goes. Yeah, because it's normally it goes. For some mother, it doesn't go, but normally it stays for like 6 months or 4 months. So it's a high chance that it will go. Now the thing is, without do they need any medication? If somehow, because first doctor will check, or nutritionist or dietitian from the hospital, they will check with the diet, and they provide everything to mother. What kind of they do low glycemic index food chart, which is, so what is that is, so when you eat some food after a certain time, what would be the sugar level? Some food after you eat it, the sugar level in the blood rise very fast, which is high glycemic food. Yeah, like you can say it's like some sugar, banana, cake, stuff like that. Some food when you eat after the blood sugar raises very slowly in the blood. So say sweet potatoes, leafy vegetables, things like that. Um, so low, doctors suggest low glycemic food.
Yeah.
Nutritionists suggest glycemic food. And this is one of the biggest thing you have to like during this pregnancy diabetes, because it's so common.
Yes.
People think, oh, it's okay, but people don't understand the risk of it in the later life. So um, this is so important, and babies, because there is a high risk for baby to have diabetes during this diabetes period. They did a lot of research, and then it's found that there's a direct link, the direct correlation of the baby's body weight and later on their life they're going to be a diabetes patient or a hypertension patient. They would have high blood pressure or heart risk, cardiovascular disease risk or not, which is very important. So that's why the doctor try their best to control the diabetes, and maybe not to have over body weight during the pregnancy period. So they do a lot of diet, and diet is the only way. So what I mentioned that low glycemic.
What kind of diet? Like what kind of foods do you
Yeah,
recommend?
so as I said, the low glycemic diet,
Yep.
which is they can find anywhere, internet, everywhere. So I explained that this is first thing. I have to go for low glycemic food. You have to stop all kind of sugary fruits, including fruits, sugary food and fruits, and also portion size. Yeah, so some moms, it depends on people's food habits. Some people, normally, and people are designed that they would eat three big meal or two big meal and not having any small meal in between. But actually, what we suggest that you go for a very small meal, and you don't, sorry, because my doorbell is ringing. Yeah. Okay. So, um, sorry, what I was saying. But yeah, so you have small portion size and frequently, so every 3 hours you have something to eat. Every 3 hours you have something to eat. Yeah. And when you do that, then your blood sugar maintain in a stable way. So yeah, as I said before, that they can have low glycemic index food, which is very highly recommended for people with gestational diabetes, any kind of diabetes.
Yep.
And for mother, even though people or doctors or anybody, I mean, request them to have banana or mangoes or high sugary
Yeah.
fruits. I would say think twice before you have it. The reason is you are you need to understand your insulin is already compromised in the body. So the much insulin you have, it has to cover you and your baby. And on the top of that, if you are having lot of sugary foods or fruits, food or fruits, and starch, starchy food means say pasta, say rice, which people eat a lot, or people eat breads. When you have so much high glycemic loaded food, can your body can your body produce that much insulin? Yeah, because sometimes it's not only, there are two things I have to explain. One is body is not producing enough insulin, other one is insulin is there but it's blocking, it's not working in the body.
Yep.
Yeah, either way, you have to have food such a way that it will help you and the baby. So we are not, the other thing is you cannot do ketogenic diet during the pregnancy because you cannot just cut all that carbohydrate. The biggest thing in ketogenic diet is they stops fruits as well, and then they encourage to have high fatty food, which is okay for different types of conditions, but not with this pregnancy gestational diabetes condition. So you have to have minimum complex carbohydrate, which it could be, say, you can have fiber as food, just
Yeah.
like sweet potato. Potato is, even though it's sweet potato, but because it has got a lot of fiber in it, so its glycemic index is low.
Okay.
So it helps, yeah.
Okay.
And then you can have rice, you can have pasta, but you have to cover it with a lot of leafy vegetables,
Okay.
green vegetables.
Okay.
And then it combines, when it combines together, then the sugar intake, sugar rush in the blood goes down. And you have to maintain the blood sugar for whole day. So whole day you have to eat something. Please try to understand that your baby cannot have too much sugar and no sugar, too much sugar and no sugar in the pregnancy, in the womb. And same thing for you. It can cause preeclampsia, which is a type of shaky kind of seizure things in the body. You can't have it.
Okay.
So this is the food is very important this time, and also you can have like chia seeds, you can have corn, you can have lots of say lots of fruits like say avocado. Avocado is a good one.
All
You
right.
can have say very low sugary fruits, and so there is one of the like any kind of berries. Berries
Yep.
are good.
Okay.
So for, if you have fruits, then you can have so eggs are okay, like a fish are okay, there are meats are okay, and as I said, like a lot of salad, like it has to have a lot of fiber in the diet.
All
So
right.
and also frequent foods. Say instead of having three big meal, you're gonna have six meals, small portions. Every 3 hours you're having something. So then your blood sugar is not going like that. It's going in a stable way, and that's
Okay.
all you need for during this gestational diabetes for you and your baby. Yeah,
Okay.
and just thinking for we because I'm a nutrition and naturopath, nutritionist and naturopathic practitioner. So I do other things as well. So there's certain food you have this time, which is like people don't like it, but it's Kerala, which is a bitter gourd. We call it bitter gourd. And now, if I say a lot of people say we can't have bitter gourd. You can actually, it wouldn't be bitter if you don't cut it, if you just boil it or you just cook it without cut it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you wouldn't feel any bitterness in there, and you're gonna actually have it without feeling any bitterness, and you're gonna have all
Okay.
the good things. So Kerala is one of the very good one because this actually helps the sugar to put inside the cells.
All
It's
right.
very good.
Okay. One question
So
just out of the thing. Do you have any recipe of Corella bitter gourd in your book?
that one, no. The reason is I didn't. The book I wrote that was um, Picky Eaters Healthy Diets.
Yes.
Was specifically for children who are very picky eaters, and they wouldn't have like I didn't go for Kerala, but
For
Kerala is a specific diet which is if
for
when
the
I
death.
write about
Yeah.
diabetes and stuff like that, and then so it's very good for detoxification. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Then I'll write the some recipes for with Kerala and all
Yeah, just
that.
to let audience know that Shamika has written a book. So the book is available on Amazon, and the book is called Picky Eaters and the series is called Kid Thrive. What is it called?
Help kids fight.
Help
Kids fight.
Kid Thrive.
Yeah.
So this is available on all of the Amazon platform. So please have a look. You can search it with her name, Shamika Agun, and the book is called Picky Eaters. So coming back to the topic,
Okay, thank you.
okay, um, what happened to the mother after the childbirth? Does this diabetes stays or does it goes away? And what does she need to do? Like she need to keep on monitoring it, or how? What is your suggestion?
Okay. So, from the nutrition perspective, I would say there are a lot of ways actually. Not first thing, not to if we are concerned from the beginning, uh, then we can actually skip not to have a gestational diabetes.
Right.
That's the best thing to do. But however, as I said, like one in every 20 pregnancy, one mother is having gestational diabetes. So that means that baby and the mother has to go through this whole journey, and then. Um, Normally, after the birth, diabetes should go. Yeah, because that's why it's called gestational diabetes. But in some cases, say,
Okay.
um, in case the mother is having a lot of, say, that resistance she had, the insulin resistance, for some reason, it just didn't activate again the insulin. It just the pancreas, maybe pancreas attacked because the pancreas is an organ in the body which the insulin comes from there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe the beta cell may be affected somehow, and then it just cannot start producing enough insulin again. Sometimes maybe mom is having too much sugar. Sometimes they don't know physical activity. Sometimes it could be a lot of other reasons or sometimes maybe the previous baby had maybe it's the second pregnancy or third pregnancy with diabetes, and then the previous, I don't know, first time or second time, she already have been through this diabetes. So second time or third time, she is in
Oh,
at a very risky situation that she could have the diabetes for, for life. However, it's called life, but we don't say that diabetes is for life
right.
anymore, because we can actually change it to your lifestyle changing, to your food changing. So one thing with diabetes, even is food and is exercise together. So when you do exercise, it actually activates all the beta cells again in the body, and the pancreatic beta cells, and it produce again, it helps to produce more insulin, and it helps the insulin to, so that the blood from the, sorry, the glucose from the blood to go back to the cell. And that, so it really helps. There are certain types of food, as I said, if the baby and the mother both are at risk, they can have Kerala, like bitter gourd. They can have lots of other supplements as well. So the food is one of the thing, but in the same time, they can have lots of seeds, which is full of zinc, magnesium, and there is a lot of times that from the nutrition perspective, these mother who are lack of chromium, they can have diabetes and it doesn't go after that. So we suggested that we always have to check our chromium level in the
Okay.
body, and chromium level reduce, we crave for sugar a lot. So when the chromium level stables in the body, then we don't crave for extra sugar, and body stays okay, blood sugar stays okay. Then they can have magnesium, they can have, I said, magnesium, zinc, vitamin C, because sometimes if this body is having a lot of oxidative stress, which is like comes for a lot of free radicals. So if people have a lot of food with like fried food, a lot of the crisps, a lot of chips from the
Yes.
shops and stuff,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
homemade one, they have a lot of trans fat in it, and that can create a lot of free radicals in the body, and that creates oxidative stress, which cause this gestational diabetes in the body, and it doesn't go after that if there is things like that. There is manganese. So during the pregnancy, there are other few factors I would like to explain. There is two more things this happens. One is called ethnicity is a reason, and also genetic could be a reason.
Okay.
Ethnicity comes, but ethnicity is actually linked with which is called DNA, genetic profile. So normally, South Asian population,
Yes.
and South Asian means our Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, and this zone,
Yes.
people from Sri Lanka, they have we have a specific gene in the body which helps to create this diabetes, because
Okay.
it just makes um, the beta cell, the insulin, which produce the insulin, very lethargic. So
Okay.
times the more the age increases, the risk of having that diabetes is very
Okay.
crucial in.
And what about the Western world?
And the Western world, they don't have this gene, so they're quite safe from the diabetes. And also, if you look at this diabetes, it's not happening all over. It's not Caucasian people are not having it. Like people who are Western uh, people, they are not having diabetes. It's very rare.
Okay.
It's mainly for Black African. It's mainly for Asian, South Asian,
Right. Okay.
some Americans, Indian American, Red Indian American,
Yes.
some people in the Mexico zone. Um, so those kind of
Right.
people are having more diabetes and gestational diabetes. So the other thing is, I was going to explain, there are few factors comes, as I said, I'm just going to explain as much as I can, because I
Yes.
really want people to understand
Yeah.
that where is coming from. So there is one more thing happens in the body. I said that genetic. So there is a gene called, it's called MT, it's called MTHFR
Okay.
gene. Yeah, and so this is basically, let me just see if I can remember it. It's called methyl methyl tetri, methyl tetrahydro, methyl tetrahydro, HTFR, folate, and reductase. So this is the whole term of this gene.
Okay.
This is actually lack in the body. It blocks in the body for this population as well. And so what happens, the whole methylation process cannot happen properly. Yeah. And that can cause uh, insulin blocking in the body.
Right.
And so this is basically, yeah, they blocks one enzyme. That enzyme helps to produce all of these, so like folate, B6, B12, all these vitamins cannot work in the body properly. And then it blocks the whole insulin and doing this blood sugar control pathways in the body. It just blocks it. So this is another big reason. So these people's body, they have huge amount of homeocysteine. It's very high in the body, and especially South Asian population, Black African population, their homocysteine is very high. This is the reason. So that cause a lot of diabetes and gestational diabetes uh, for this kind of people. Then, so there's genetic profile. There is, as I said, that there is ethnicity. There is
Yes.
this homeocysteine now coming, which is actually naturally somehow it blocks the whole nutrition. Now, there's also a very interesting um, survey happened that happened, I think, from he's doing from 1972, I think. So he did, this is something called nutritional transition as well, so nutritional transition is something like, if you are living in a third world country where your life was very tough, and say you used to live in a village and you used to walk every day, and your food habit was say it was not easy for you to have food, so you had to produce your food, had to do a lot of physical work. From there, somehow you become rich, or you migrated from for job or something, from that nutritional state to somewhere like in a city or in a country like UK or USA. And you now say you are in level two, where you were producing everything, you are living in a very remote kind of life,
Yep.
and from there you came to the stage three or four where everything is ready for you.
Yes.
So, and you are having all these ready-made food, you are living a sedentary lifestyle and all this. So
Yep.
that that transitional, normally, if you look at this evaluation period in the world, it takes thousands of years, at least 50 years, for you to go from one state to another state. Now, if you just go through the like time machine and come from stage two to stage four, that your body will affect hugely. And that there's
Okay.
this massive, big research happened throughout the years, and it's so beautiful to. It's not beautiful, but it's really makes sense uh, when you see that people from that country coming to these countries and how quickly they are having diabetes, hypertension. That's all they are getting. Yeah. And people will not understand, oh, I was very healthy in there. Why I'm getting coming here and getting this so
Yeah.
quickly?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the reason. Yeah. And this is so these moms are also not out of that danger. Yeah. So sedentary lifestyle is one of the things. Genetic is called, I think it's called therapeutic gene, which we
Yes.
can just, and black population are having, African black population.
Okay.
So this gene was designed for people not to have no, to survive in a very tough situations, because people, countries like Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, Sri Lanka, Africa had a lot of natural calamities, lot of toughness that been through. And then also it was not easy to produce food. People had to work hard to produce food.
Yep.
And so the gene was designed that people, even though they would not eat for days, they could survive
Yeah.
without having. Now, when these people are coming to this sedentary life and this gene is there, and the body is actually designed not to have enough food, and we are having 3 meals a day, we are having diabetes because body is just not designed
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so as you asked that, what is this risk for these moms? These are all the risk for these moms. And we mom now have to do, now we are here. We can't go back to our 100 years back or 50 years back. We all look for good life. So physical activity is one of the good thing.
Yes.
Having leafy vegetables, as I said, like as much as fibrous vegetables, having lentils, having dals, and also having lots of like spices. So it's like some spices are very good, which
Yeah.
is say this is garlic is very good. There's cinnamon is good.
Yes.
The other one is called turmeric. Yeah, because
Yeah.
these all reduce the inflammation in the body as well. Sometimes is
Yes.
the stress also the stress and oxidative stress and the stress from the day-to-day life can inflame our gut. Yeah, and then it also damage the whole system, and then it can cause the diabetes, gestational diabetes. Yeah. So if
Wow.
they can, yeah. So I just give you the whole scenario. Also there are emotional reasons as well, Kamran, which is
Okay.
in sorry, in Ayurveda it explained very differently. Ayurveda explained that if there are in Ayurveda, like normally in the mainstream treatment, we have three types of diabetes: diabetes type 1, type 2, and type 3. So and the gestational. There are one more type of diabetes which is called rare diabetes. But in Ayurveda, there are 8 types of diabetes. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just gonna go for the gestational one. So in
Yeah.
Ayurveda, it's all about the dosha balance. So it's like
What is it called
um,
again?
it's constitution of the body,
Right.
dosha, constitution. So some people are called kapha dosha, kapha constitution, pitta constitution, and vata constitution. So people like me, you, we are kind of stable. We are like how would I say, like stone. We sit down and we are heavy. We like to do things quiet and calmly. Yeah. So this is our kapha energy. This is normal. If there is a kapha imbalance, then normal diabetes occurs. Yeah. If the imbalance in the kapha, so I'm not gonna go very details into it. It's so much things to explain. For pitta, which is coming for gestational diabetes, pitta is that rolls our digestion system. Yeah. So our agni means fire in the digestion. So what they're saying that if you eat anything, you need a lot of fire to cook that food. Yeah.
Okay.
That's if that fire is not there, if it imbalances, then it's affecting your digestion systems. So basically in Ayurveda, they are saying that this gestational diabetes is coming from the inflammation of the gut, of the
Yes.
indigestion. When the system of the digestion is collapsed,
Okay.
you are having this pitta imbalance, and that can cause gestational diabetes. The vata one is different. I'm not gonna explain today.
Okay.
So this is one more way of explaining that why diabetes is happening to our body. There are a lot of modal I mean say concepts. That easy one I would say, if emotionally
Yeah.
somebody is feeling out of control,
Yeah.
somebody's that my life is stuck, I don't have power, somebody's power has been taken away. um, and a lot of time women when they get pregnant, they feel isolated, they feel stuck, they are doing a lot of things now they can't do, and that could be emotional side of having diabetes as well.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
When they can overcome all of these, even emotionally, even with constitution, with this what do you call it, with this with the diet, with the lifestyle, with less stress, and with exercise. Yeah,
Yes.
and can't have diabetes. If it's gestational and not for the baby,
Yes.
they will be fine. Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much. There's so much to learn. You have a lot of good knowledge, and the thing that you have explained today is definitely is going to help a lot of people, and of course, it increase a lot of information and knowledge because you have spoken about the Ayurvedic as well, and the normal way of treating as well. So it makes some sense now, like what are the things going uh, uh, when the gestational diabetes occurs. So thank you for being here. Uh, and would you like to tell the audiences that how can they contact you if they need any help or any support? Uh, and yeah,
Thank you, Kamran. So first thing I would like to I would like to request to the audience that please, before you become pregnant, be ready for the pregnancy. Don't just do like that. This is a big thing that you are bringing a baby in the world, and also you are the one who is bringing. So your health is very important. For any reason, if you are having gestational diabetes or something, that start to look after you and baby from there. Do not take this condition so easily. It is a very serious condition, can
yep,
go through whole life for you and whole life for the baby. Yeah. And diabetes is not something, it's not easy. It's called slow killer. Yeah,
yep.
it's called slow killer. So I would definitely, love to help any of you. I have a website called www.shahmika.agun, agoon, shahmikaagun.com. And also I have Instagram. It's called Angelic Healing Shahmika, and my email is shahmika@gmail.com. I have Facebook page called Angelic Healing with Shahmika, another Facebook page, Shahmika Agun, and my book is available in Amazon now, which is in you're gonna it's called Picky Eaters Healthy Diets, and you're gonna find it in Amazon.com, Amazon.co.uk, Amazon Canada, Amazon.au, so and Europe. And yeah, nowadays it's not hard to contact or find me, or it's not hard. You can just Google my name and Shahmika Agun, and I think you'll find me in there. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Shamika, for being with us, and thank you for sharing all the information. And yeah, thank you very much. And
You're welcome.
we will be back again with a new episode and with a new topic. Thank you everyone for being with us and watching us. So for now, thank you everyone. Bye for now.
Bye.